The COVID-19 pandemic has changed how we do the business of real estate. One small thing we can do is to encourage our buyers to deposit their earnest money using the TrustFunds link. If you're not familiar with the TrustFunds link, it is very simple to set up. The first thing you'll want to do is go to the matrix listing that your buyer has their accepted offer on. If you're in the 360 property view, you'll find the TrustFunds link is right below the property photos. Once you click on the TrustFunds link, it will go to the TrustFunds page and you'll need to choose who is holding the earnest money. In general, you'll be choosing the listing broker. Now, unfortunately, not all brokerages are set up to accept trust funds, so they may be using a secondary settlement service or legal team, or it may even be held by the buyer's broker. Once you have chosen where that is being held by, you'll choose continue, and then you'll have some information to fill out. You'll see that you'll be putting in the buyer's name, the buyer's email. So your buyer does need to have an email account in order to use trust funds, the amount of the earnest money that they will be depositing, and then you'll create a secret word. Now, this is not some crazy word that you need to figure out. It's just a word that you will share with your buyers so that when they receive the email with the trust funds link, they will know that you set it up and they can feel confident that the link is secure. The check mark underneath is the buyer's agent certifies that the buyer has a fully executed purchase agreement for the property listed. The purchase agreement provides that the earnest money shall be deposited into the trust account here. So that just verifies that you do have a fully accepted, executed purchase agreement. You'll see again the designated trust account holder. In case you click the wrong one, you can change it here. And there is a $5 convenience fee. Now, this is something that if you're uncomfortable asking your buyers to pay for a $5 fee, you as the agent can choose to pay that as well. If I'm looking at it from a consumer side and I am a buyer who maybe doesn't even have a checkbook, which means I need to go to the bank, which during these times is really difficult to do, and I need to get some temporary checks, which to my understanding, there are several banks who are now charging for the temp checks as well. I would be more than happy to pay $5, not to have to ruin my lunch hour, run all over town, or potentially have to pay $5 anyway for some temp checks. So now you'll agree to the terms and conditions and you'll check mark, which will notify the buyer. Now an email will go to your buyer and your buyer will be able to click on the link, and this is done as an electronic funds transfer. So that means that they'll be using their routing number and then their bank account number in order to transfer those funds over. Now, in the event that the deal falls apart and the earnest money is released to go back to the buyer will receive that money in the same way that it was paid. There is a 7 to 10 day waiting period, just like with a check that has been deposited, in order to get that back, just to make sure that the funds clear before they are returned to that buyer if that is necessary. Keep in mind, trust funds is very secure, and it's one of those little things that we can do to help maintain some social distancing. It's not just about the convenience. It's about not having someone have to drive across town, transfer a paper check to someone else, put it in a mailbox, or have it sent over to another office to be deposited. It really helps maintain that social distancing. So if you have any questions on trust funds, reach out. We'd be happy to talk it through with you. It's something that we've been really excited about, and we hope that you'll use it too. Have a great day.